Paul O. Zelinsky. Paul O. Zelinsky, born 1953, is an American illustrator and writer best known for illustrating children's picture books. He won the 1998 Caldecott Medal for U.S. picture book illustration for Rapunzel. His most popular work is Wheels on the Bus, a best-selling movable book. Zelinsky had been runner-up for the Caldecott Medal in 1985, 1987, and 1995, the latter for Swamp Angel by Anne Isaacs Dutton, 1994. 20 years later, they were joint runners-up for the Phoenix Picture Book Award from the Children's Literature Association, which annually recognizes the best picture book that did not win a major award 20 years earlier. Books are considered not only for the quality of their illustrations, but for the way pictures and text work together. Biography. Early life. Paul O. Zelinsky was born in Evanston, Illinois, and grew up in Wilmette. As a child, he spent much of his time drawing. With his friends, he would make up imaginary worlds and draw them. When he was only 4, he submitted work to Highlights magazine, and this is when his artwork was first showcased. Influential early childhood books included The Color Kittens and The Tawny Scrawny Lion. About his memories of childhood reading, Zelinsky has said, "Feelings come to me as a sort of flavor. I know that when I call up my earliest memories, what I remember seeing and hearing is accompanied by a flavor-like sense of what it felt like to be there and see that. This phenomenon is known as synesthesia in later childhood." His favorite authors were William P. Du Bois. He especially loved the books The 21 Balloons by Du Bois and The Fabulous Flight by Lawson. Career. At New Trier High School, Zelinsky was interested in natural history as well as architecture and saw himself following one of those paths for a career. However, he went to study at Yale. He took a class taught by Maurice Sendak on the history and art of children's books, and it inspired him to a career in the area. Zelinsky went to graduate school at the Tyler School of Art in Philadelphia and Rome. The Renaissance and Italian art always fascinated him, and this time in his life influenced this love as well. His career in children's books began in 1978 with the illustrations for Avi's Emily Upham's Revenge. Since then, he has continued to illustrate others' work as well as creating his own books. He won the 1998 Caldecott Medal for his illustrated retelling of Rapunzel, and 3 Caldecott honors for Hansel and Gretel 1985, Rumpelstiltskin 1987, and Swamp Angel 1995. His most popular book is Wheels on the Bus, which has sold millions. Artistic style. Books. As writer and illustrator, The Maid and the Mouse and the Odd-Shaped House, A Story in Rhyme 1981, adapted from a school exercise, The Lion and the Stowed Green Willow books, 1984, based in part on natural history by Pliny the Elder, LCCN 83-16326. Rumpelstiltskin, retold 1986, Brothers Grimm. Wheels on the Bus, paper engineer Roger Smith Dutton, 1990, adapted from the children's folk song Auclock 22,522,552, a book with parts that move cover Auclock 850,027,738. Rapunzel, retold 1997 from the Brothers Grimm 1812. Knick-Knack Paddywhack, paper engineer Andrew Barron Dutton, 2002, adapted from the nursery rhyme This Old Man, a moving parts book adapted from the counting song cover Auclock 865,205,168 as illustrator Emily Upham's Revenge, or How Deadwood Dick Saved the Banker's Niece, How I Hunted the Little Fellows, Boris Yudkov, Transl. From Russian by Gemma Bider Dodd, Mead, 1979. The History of Helpless Harry, to which is added a variety of amusing and entertaining adventures, Avi 1980, Avi 1980. What Amanda Saw, Naomi Lazard 1981. 3 Romances, Love Stories from Camelot retold, Winifred Rosen 1981. Ralph S. Mouse, Beverly Cleary 1982, The Sun's Asleep Behind the Hill, Murrah Ginsburg 1982 adapted from an Armenian song, The Song in the Walnut Grove, David Kurdian 1982, Dear Mr. Henshaw, Beverly Cleary 1983, Zoo Doings Animal Poems, Jack Prelutsky 1983, Hansel and Gretel, retold by Rika Lesser 1984, The Story of Mrs. Lovewright and Her Pearless Cat, Lore Segel 1985, The Random House Book of Humor for Children, selected by Pamela Pollock 1988, The Big Book for Peace, Myra Cohn Livingston 1990, Strider, Beverly Cleary 1991, The Enchanted Castle, E. Nesbitt 1992, Orig, 1907, More Rutabaga's Posthumous Collection by Carl Sandburg, ed. George Hendrick 1993, Swamp Angel and Isaac's Dutton Children's Books, 1994, Five Children and It, E. Nesbitt 1999, Orig, 1902, Awful Ogra's Awful Day, Jack Prelutsky 2000 Poems, Doodler Doodling Rita Golden-Gelman 2004, Toys Go Out series, children's novels by Emily Jenkins, published by Schwartz and Wade, Toys Go Out, being the adventures of a knowledgeable stingray, a toughy little buffalo, and someone called Plastic 2006. Toy Dance Party, being the further adventures of a bossaboots stingray, a courageous buffalo, and a hopeful round someone called Plastic 2008. Toys Come Home, being the early experiences of an intelligent stingray, a brave buffalo, and a brand new someone called Plastic 2011, T11, T11, and T11. Toys Meet Snow, being the wintertime adventures of a curious stuffed buffalo, a sensitive plush stingray, and a book-loving rubber ball, forthcoming 2015. The Shivers in the Fridge, Fran Manushkin 2006. Awful Ogre Running Wild, Jack Prelutsky 2008 Poems, Dust Devil and Isaac's Random House / Schwartz and Wade 2010 sequel to Swamp Angel, Z is for Moose, Kelly Bingham 2012, Earwig and the Witch, Diana Wynne Jones 2012, Circle Square Moose, Kelly Bingham forthcoming 2014 sequel to Z is for Moose,